Hey guys, I'm Raiden.
And I'm Gio.
Today we're going to be breaking down two moments where US presidents had to step up and talk to the country after huge tragedies. Ronald Reagan's Challenger disaster speech from 1986 and George W. Bush's Columbia disaster speech from 2003.
They were they were both about space shuttles, right? Were they?
Yeah. Well, in both cases, seven astronauts lost their lives and the whole country was watching. What's wild is how both presidents had to find the right words and nobody really knew what to say about it. So let's start with Reagan. The Challenger disaster happened live on TV. Millions of people had saw it, even kids in classrooms. It was supposed to be this big moment for space exploration, especially because there was a teacher.
Krista McAuliffe.
She was meant to be the first teacher in space, and suddenly it had just turned tragic.
Yeah, I heard about yeah. I heard about the school live because they showed it live, and then like the explosion happened, and then it traumatized a lot of kids.
Yeah, that must have been awful for a bunch of kids seeing that, especially seeing your own teacher.
Because no, because like half, well not half of the kids, but like they showed to all the grades, even first graders. So even
Yeah.
first graders witnesses.
Not even students who were in the classes of the teachers who
Yeah.
had gotten tragically killed that day.
It was just broadcast to everybody in the world.
Yeah, for sure. Reagan had to go on TV the same day, cancel his planned State for the Union address, and try to comfort not just adults but students who had just saw something awful happen.
That's a tough job because like how you gonna like I mean like it's a tough job because it's like hard to come people after you see people die on national TV.
Yeah, especially people that you're so close with.
No,
And everybody just witnessed that. Yeah, it's pretty awful.
it's just traumatizing and it's just like a tough time for them.
Yeah. Well, then in 2003, Bush had kind of the same situation. The Columbia shuttle broke apart while re-entering the atmosphere. It wasn't live TV, but like the Challenger was, but it still had a huge shock to everyone. Everyone thought the crew was on their way home, and then suddenly the news breaks that the shuttle had disintegrated.
Yeah, but it's also crazy how both events were happened. Like the first event happened and the second one happened 20 years later.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy that like
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's kind of awkward. Not awkward, but like it's like crazy how that happens 20 years later.
Yeah, it's a weird coincidence that
It is a
happened
weird
20 years
coincidence.
later, and it had such. It was very similar in the way that it happened.
No, yeah, same. But not my, yeah, same pretty much same way. So it shows like kind of a coincidence.
Yeah.
20 years later.
Exactly. I mean, both presidents had to stay calm and calm down a nation that had felt stunned. Reagan's tone was really calm and personal. He wasn't really reading off like a whole script and having a boring government speech. It sounded more like he was just talking to everyone at home. Like when he said, "Hey, we're all hurting, but we'll get through this." It was pretty comforting for a lot of the people who were watching, especially family of the people who had passed away and students of them. He even mentioned the teachers, students directly, telling them that the astronauts were, quote, pulling us into the future.
Oh yeah, but that's really good. And that's bad thing. That's really good leadership. Like it's crazy. Well, it's not crazy, but like it's good that he tried to like handle it well instead of making like a huge like political thing and everything.
Yeah, it was very. It felt very personal. It was a good way to address.
Well, I mean, it was personal because things like that the space shuttle had that thing had for 25 years, I think, during the time when the first space shuttle crashed, right?
So what?
Just cut that shit out. Continue.
Yeah, that's what made it hit harder. He had this steady, comforting vibe, not too emotional, but it was very real. And when he said, quote, "The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted; it belongs to the brave." It gave people something to hold on to, and it really showed like the bravery that these men and women had to take the risk of going into space for the better of our country.
Yeah, that's a really good line. It makes you feel like, all right, like this like sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
but I mean, yeah.
but we keep going because
Yeah.
like we can't stop because of tragedies. Like obviously through time more tragedy happen like this, which is the truth as well. So
Yeah. It was around a lot of the time, both of these events happened around other tragedies.
yeah, like
Everybody was just hurt in this scenario, but I mean, I think he dealt with it pretty well.
yeah, he dealt with it pretty well. Instead of making like a huge political argument, he just handled it really well.
Yeah. And now with Bush, his tone was similar, but a little more formal. His speech was shorter and more structured. He said, quote, "The crew of the shuttle Columbia did not return safely to Earth, yet we can pray that all are safely home." It's short, respectful, but it does have religious
Yeah.
beliefs in it, which made sense because Bush often brought up his faith into his speeches. But I felt like that was a good way to comfort
No,
people
it
and
works.
really just explain that, like, yes, they may not be here to spend more time with us,
But
but
spend time with us.
they're here with us at heart, and they returned back to their home, the earth.
Yeah, that's really good. Like he stays super calm, like during the speech and made no drama or just straight talk them.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't try to hype up anything. He just spoke directly, quietly, like someone who understood how heavy the moment was. So when you look back at it, rhetorically, like how they used emotion, logic, and credibility, both speeches are strong, but in different ways.
Yeah, Reagan, right?
Reagan.
Reagan, I think Reagan felt like more emotional, like
Yeah,
like he felt,
definitely.
you can tell, like during the speech, you can tell like he was emotional, like not like emotional, but you can tell like he was emotional.
Yeah, definitely. Reagan leaned hard on pathos. That emotional connection, he talked about bravery, family, and unity. He even directly mentioned the astronauts' families, and you couldn't tell he meant, or sorry, you could tell that he meant it.
Yeah, that's why people didn't trust him more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of ethos, showing that you're trustworthy and that you get what people are feeling. Bush did that too, just in a more calm, serious way. He used logos, logical appeal, and when he talked about continuing the space exploration, basically, like, quote, yeah, this happened, but it doesn't mean we have to stop trying. Um,
Yeah, he kind of reminded me of like everyone that the mission like still matters a lot
yeah.
because it still does. Like even though like they died and sadly they died in the car and like in like the space shuttle crash, but overall the mission still matters a lot too.
Yeah. Reagan's delivery was more like storytelling. His voice was soft but steady, almost like as if he was trying to protect the audience while giving them the truth.
Yeah, that's why more people liked it because he tried to like he kept it warm during like the whole way.
Yeah. It definitely felt more personal.
No, if yeah, definitely more personal.
Totally, yeah. He also ended with a line from the poem High Flight, saying the astronauts, quote, slipped the surly bonds of Earth to touch the face of God. And
That's a very deep.
it's not something you would normally hear in a political speech because it's very religious.
Very religious.
Based, but it worked because I mean it sounded peaceful,
Not
and it wasn't diving into too much
No.
religion, but it showed.
It shows some religion.
Yeah, it felt very personal
It felt-
because
yeah.
he was using something from his own religion that he believed in. He was trying to wish well on other people.
Yeah, but like no, it's kind of I don't know if I can word it without being fake, you know.
It's poetic.
Poetic without being fake.
Exactly. Bush's delivery was different, short, straight to the point, and serious. You could tell that he wanted to show respect more than emotion. It's that steady leader tone, no fancy language, just calm leadership.
Yeah, Ruginus? I don't know if that's his name. Reagan's like,
This is my line.
oh,
All right. Reagan's Challenger speech became one of the most remembered moments. It helped people heal and brought the country together. People still study it today because it's a great example of communication during a crisis.
yeah, like it shows like how presidents can like set like the whole tone like together and everything, like
Yeah.
like the whole country together, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Bush's speech didn't really get as much hype, but it still mattered. Coming after 9/11, like I was saying before,
No,
about the other tragedies
yeah.
happening around the same time, people were already scared of bad news, and this
Yeah.
just added more.
More like worry to like America's like seeing what's gonna happen next, you know.
It definitely helped people feel more calm and stable again.
Like, you know, the speech help them like cope, you know, like not like cope, but like help them like feel better, like not worry that much as like before the tragedy.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the point. Both presidents understood that in moments like that, people don't want politics; they want comfort and honesty.
Yeah.
So yeah, two different presidents who from two totally different times, but the same goal, to bring people together after something tragic.
Yeah, both of them handled it really well in like a nice, real and peaceful way. Like,
Yeah.
like it felt really peaceful and real. Like
Exactly. Anyway, that's all for this episode. So if you like this one, Make sure to follow for more breakdowns where we look at speeches and words, how different words and speeches have actually shaped moments in history.
Yep. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace out.
Like, subscribe!